What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Matt Talk Sports, and I am back with another video. And I am back recapping the championship round of the NFL playoffs. And today was a great day because the Buffalo Bills finally punched their ticket to the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen finally gets what he deserves. This is what I should be saying to start off this video. Instead, I had to watch the Patriots and the Broncos play, and I had to watch the Patriots punch their ticket to the Super Bowl in their second year under Drake May, and in their first year under Mike Vrabel's regime. So it was a torturous, long week for the Buffalo Bills, and it was a really, really long day for Buffalo Bills fans today because they had to watch the Patriots, after being in a rebuild for 2 to 3 minutes, get to the Super Bowl in year two of Drake May and year one of Mike Vrabel as the head coach. So, yeah, I had to do a lot of snow blowing today, a lot of shoveling today, and then I had to watch the Patriots beat the Broncos a mile high against a backup quarterback because the Buffalo Bills are a cursed franchise and they suffer from self-inflicted wounds in the playoffs every goddamn year. If the Bills don't turn the ball over 5 times on offense last week, the Bills are here in this AFC Championship game and they're beating the Patriots and the Broncos. Or just the Patriots, because obviously they're just playing the Patriots if they beat the Broncos last week. But forgive me for messing up there. Torturous stuff. Not only has it been a long week for Buffalo Bills fans, it was a very long day watching that fucking AFC Championship game and wishing you were watching the Buffalo Bills. And then you had to watch our fucking arch nemesis beat the Broncos and move on to the Super Bowl. And not only that, you had to watch Stephon Diggs and Matt Collins go as well. Two former Buffalo Bills that had really great years or a great year with the Buffalo Bills. So, yeah, Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, and so are the Seahawks. Patriots vs. Broncos was a dud of a game. Sloppy offense, bad weather game. Seahawks vs. Rams, great game, and a great ending to a great trilogy that took place over the course of this NFL season. So there's a lot to talk about, and you want to hear more of my thoughts, and you want to hear about my full preview of the Super Bowl matchup, share, like, comment, subscribe right here at Matt Talk Sports on YouTube, and follow me everywhere at Matt Talk Sports, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I'll see you there for more short-form content like this. Now, let's get into the first game of the slate, the AFC Championship game. The Patriots not only win the AFC East this year, but they punched their ticket to the Super Bowl in Mile High, in altitude, in Denver, 10-7. The Patriots were down 7-0, and they somehow come back and beat the Broncos 10-7. Now, maybe I made that sound more exciting than it was, because honestly, I did. This game was a bore fest, sloppy game, bad weather game in the second half, and I hated every single minute of it. Because if Bo Nix was in this game, the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl, and if Josh Allen and the Bills did their job, they beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, and he beat Stephon Diggs, and he makes the Patriots fan base shut up. Instead, the rich get richer, and the most spoiled fan base in the NFL gets another Super Bowl appearance and maybe another Super Bowl win after 2 to 3 minutes in a fucking rebuild, after 2 to 1 year of torturous coaching by Jerod Mayo. They do the right thing, they fire Mayo, and now they have Vrabel. And Vrabel has completely turned around this Patriots team. And honestly, I was upset about the Bills firing McDermott, if you saw my previous video. I was. I didn't think he deserved it. But after watching this game today, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It was time to fire McDermott. As much as I love the dude, I was just more upset about Bean getting a promotion than McDermott getting fired. But, man, like, how did the Patriots do what they did today on defense against the Broncos? I know they're playing Stidham and not Nix. Completely different game plan and completely different game. But the Bills should have been able to replicate what the Patriots did in some capacity here. In some capacity here. The Bills were up 27-23 with 4 minutes left, and the Bills defense, despite playing really good that game, did allow a touchdown. And Josh Allen did have the ball twice to end the game. He could have won it, but you get the point. It was time to move on, and hopefully it's with Clint Kubiak or Udidinsky. I don't know how to pronounce his name yet. He's not my head coach yet. Once he's my head coach, or once he's officially a head coach somewhere, I'll learn how to pronounce Grant Udinsky's name. But for now, we're talking Patriots versus Broncos, and here's some interesting things about the Patriots playoff run this year. The New England Patriots in the playoffs, offensively, 15.7 points per game, 4.4 yards per play, 13 of 43 on third down. Defensively in the playoffs for the Patriots this year, during this run, 8.7 points per game allowed, 3 yards per play allowed, 12 for 31 third down allowed, 8 takeaways, and 1 touchdown scored. One of the worst offensive runs in the playoffs you will see, but their defense has been absolutely terrific during this playoff run. Just absolutely terrific and carrying. Granted, they had to play Justin Herbert in the playoffs, and as we know, just one of the worst quarterbacks in the playoffs, at least through how many years he's been playing. CJ Stroud, just been horrible since his rookie year, and now they had to face a backup quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. So listen, yes, they've had to play three of the best defenses in the NFL, but also they had to play three underperforming quarterbacks, especially in the playoffs, and especially when you just evaluate them as quarterbacks in general. So it's crazy. And Drake May has not been good in the playoffs. Granted, today he was turnover free. Look what turnover free does for a team in the playoffs. You have a little wiggle room. And he had a little wiggle room. He scored a rushing touchdown. He ran for 65 yards today, 6 yards a carry. He ran in the touchdown and he had a huge run on 3rd and 6 to just end the game. But outside of that, Drake May has been horrible in the playoffs. Passing today against the Broncos. Granted, it was a bad weather game in the second half, but the first half was bright and sunny and good weather relatively. Drake May, 10 of 21 passing, 86 yards passing, 4.1 yards a pass, and he took 5 sacks today. So he was really effective running the ball, and today was probably his best game in the playoffs, which is saying something crazy because he threw for 86 yards. But he had some really clutch throws. 2 to Matt Collins. Matt Collins, 2 for 51, 25.5 yards a catch. And then he had 5 balls thrown to Stephon Diggs, and Diggs caught all of them. He was targeted on 6 passes. Diggs caught 5. Diggs, 5 for 17. Not crazy, but the 2 leading receivers for the Patriots were former Bills. We could have used them this year. Instead, we have Curtis Samuel, Josh Palmer, who did diddly squat this year, and I love Shakir and Kincaid, but that's about it. Disgusting. Disgusting. Ah, man, this game really fucked me up. And the thing about this game is this. The Broncos were up 7-0. It was 4th and 1. You're on the Patriots 19, I believe, or 20 or 23. You get it. Around that area. It's 4th and 1. And usually I'm with offenses going for it on 4th and 1. I am. But with a backup quarterback, you have to kick the field goal there and go up 10-0. Instead, they go for it. It's a pass, I believe. And obviously the Patriots stuff it. Especially with how good they've been playing on defense. So, not only that was a huge momentum swing in the game. Will Lutz did not have his best day today. He went 0-2. One was tipped. The other one, he just missed it. But granted, the win was bad, and it is what it is. But 2 missed field goals, can't have that in a championship game. And listen, it wasn't like the Patriots kicker was all that either today. He was 1 of 3. But he just made 1, and that was the difference in this game. So, listen. 2 to 3 minutes in a rebuild, and the Patriots are back. And this pisses me off because they are so spoiled, this fan base and this franchise. I mean, but at the end of the day, this is a winning organization, and everything's going to become level again. 2 to 3 years in a rebuild, and now they're back like they never left, and they have a quarterback in his second year. That's only going to get better. You know what's scary for Bills fans? This is probably the worst they're going to be because they're clearly 1 year ahead of schedule. They are clearly 1 year ahead of schedule, and they're in the playoffs. They're in the fucking playoffs, dude. Drake May gets to the Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Do you know how sickening that is? Sickening. Wins aren't a QB stat, and this playoff run by the Patriots demonstrates that perfectly. Wins just aren't a QB stat. The Patriots, what they've done this playoff run is solely due to their freaking defense and how great their defense has been. They played 3 of the best defenses in the NFL, the Patriots, and it's looked like it. Their offense has not looked good. Specifically Drake May. Drake May had his best game today, and he had 86 yards passing, granted with 65 rushing and a touchdown, but Drake May has not been good this playoffs, and yet they're winning. If Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson had 10 for 21 passing and 86 yards passing overall in a playoff game, both of those teams would lose by 60 points combined. I don't care what anyone says. Jarrett Stidham for the Broncos offense. Let's talk about what the Broncos did today. Broncos defense did enough today. They did enough to win, but sadly they had to rely on Jarrett Stidham, who actually had a really great second drive to this game. And then after that, he looked like Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham, 17 for 31, 133 yards passing, took 3 sacks, 1 touchdown, and threw a horrible interception. It was the second time he went deep all game, and it was just underthrown and just really bad. There were so many throws today where Jarrett Stidham not only wants to throw his back, but Sean Payton must be fucking poking his eyes out tonight. Because, man, if we just had Bo Nix, we probably win this fucking game. R.J. Harvey, they couldn't run the ball all today. The Patriots D-line was bullying this touted Broncos O-line. It was crazy to watch. Shout out to this Patriots defense. As much as I hate the Patriots, this defense deserves all the praise, and so does Mike Vrabel and this defensive coordinator the Patriots have, the interim one at least. R.J. Harvey, 13 to 37, 2.8 yards a carry. Jarrett Stidham had a really good read option today, 4 for 23, 5.8 yards a carry. Jaleel McLaughlin, 4 for 11, 2.8 yards a carry. Overall, the Broncos ran for 24 carries, 79 yards, and 3.3 yards a carry. Marvin Mims, yet again, had a big day, 4 for 62. R.J. Harvey, 4 for 22. Jarrett Stidham had a fumble loss and a pick, 2 turnovers, compared to the Patriots side that played mistake-free. Mistake-free football and great defensive play was what got the Patriots into the Super Bowl today. So, I had to watch the Patriots get in the Super Bowl today, then I had to watch Stephon Diggs and Matt Collins get in the Super Bowl today. 2 guys we really could have used on Buffalo Bills this year. Instead, we're watching them go to the Super Bowl with our arch nemesis. So, whatever shit they're doing over there in Foxborough, Massachusetts, to just continually be a winning organization is ridiculous. Patriots fans act like they were in poverty for an eternity. Instead, it was really just 2 to 3 minutes. Imagine being like a Bills fan. Like we're really good every year. Instead, we get our hearts broken. Patriots fans wouldn't be able to handle that because they're just used to winning all the time. 2 to 3 years bad football, and they're fucking rioting and shit. And now look where they are. They're back in the Super Bowl. So maybe that type of stuff works. I don't know. It's just really sad, especially if you're a Bills fan. I mean, I would never self-harm myself, but figuratively, I was on suicide watch today, and so was a lot of Bills Mafia. I mean, just traumatizing stuff, and the Bills blew it. This was their chance against Super Bowl. Now, we're going to have so many other chances because we have 17, and I believe in this organization, especially when 17 is our quarterback, but we had chances, man, and this was the best chance out of all the previous chances we've had. Think about how crazy that is. These 2 teams were not better than the Bills this year. Instead, the Bills lose, and they blow it up in a big spot with 5 offensive turnovers. Cook and Josh Allen just turning the ball over in a huge spot just fucked us. So, yeah, upsetting day for me and Bills Mafia all over the place. But the Patriots are moving on to the Super Bowl, and I think I'm picking against them for the 4th time in the playoffs. And this time, I think I'm going to be right. Let's talk about the NFC Championship game. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Rams to end a great trilogy, 31-27 in Seattle with the 12th man present. And man, I think we just witnessed Sam Darnold's career-defining playoff game and his overall performance. Sam Darnold was great today. Really fucking good today. He went 25 for 36, 346 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 9.6 yards an attempt, and he only took 3 sacks. And guess what? Despite fumbling the ball today once, he didn't turn the ball over at all. He didn't. He was terrific today. Just great stuff. And you know who looked terrific today? Clint Kubiak, who was drawing up really creative run plays and just overall calling a brilliant game for the Seahawks. Hopefully, he is the Buffalo Bills head coach. Just at least getting him an interview after the Super Bowl because he is a great, great, great offensive mind who seemingly looks like a guru. So, Sam Darnold, just you could have shit your bed. You could have easily reverted back to your old self. Instead, you took a leap and you really, really showed off here and you looked really great. Granted, you're working with a lot of great weapons here with Kenny Walker, Rashid Shaheed, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Cooper Kupp, but man, you were money. You were money. A lot of great throws. You were confident and patient in the pocket. You didn't look like the world was melting like you have looked like in the past. Now, granted, this was a huge game and the biggest game you played to date. But now you're on the biggest stage of it all in 2 weeks from now in San Francisco in the Super Bowl. So maybe you revert back to your old self in the Super Bowl, but today was very admirable and you really looked great today and you had your career best game. Just terrific stuff. And Sam Darnold has to be satisfied and feeling good. And so does the rest of Seattle. I mean, just great stuff from them all year. Mike McDonald, this whole team has been great. Defensively, just great stuff all around from this team. Great coordinators, great head coach who's is clearly established a great culture over there. And Sam Darnold putting things together. He had a great year last year in Minnesota. It ended really rough. And now he's in Seattle thriving under a great system, under a great coordinator, and he had his best game of his career today in the biggest moment of his career against a team that has just been giving him problems. This team has had Sam Darnold's number for the past 2 games. I mean, Sam Darnold was a turnover machine for the past 2 games against the Rams. They lost the first game because of Sam Darnold. He threw 4 picks. The second game, he had 2 picks. They won it miraculously. And then the third game, he was just perfect, flawless. I mean, there's nothing more you can ask from Sam Darnold here. Sam Darnold, tip the cap. As a man who has doubted you, you proved me wrong. You played a mistake-free game, and the main reason why the Seahawks won this game is because of how great you were. So, Seahawks, terrific stuff. Kenny Walker, Charbonnet goes down with a season-ending injury. He was terrific today, and he's been really great the entirety of this playoffs through 2 games. Just a dynamic runner. A runner can do it all, and man, he's one of the most exciting running backs in the NFL when he is healthy. That's the thing with him over his NFL career so far. Can he stay healthy? And when he's been healthy, like he's been this year, he is so great to watch, and he's so dominant in the receiving game and in the run game. He was great all over the place today. 19 carries for 62 yards, 3.3 yards a carry, 1 touchdown, a lot of broken tackles, and then the receiving game for Kenny Walker. 4 receptions, 49 yards, 12.3 yards a catch. Terrific game for Kenny Walker, and he's been really great this playoff run, and honestly this year. He's had a share backfield all this year, and this playoff run, it was just him because Charbonnet went down early in that playoff game, and he's been dominant since that moment. JSN, best receiver in the NFL, or at least through the 25-26 NFL season. Terrific stuff from him. He was just dominant. They didn't have an answer for JSN. He was wide open, making one-hand catches, making contested catches. Terrific game from JSN, and honestly, accumulation of how great he's been all year. He had 10 receptions, 153 yards receiving, 15.3 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. Rashid Shaheed, hey, Buffalo Bills, Brandon Beane specifically, you think you could have maybe thrown a 4th rounder or a 3rd rounder, or maybe, a 5th rounder for Rashid Shaheed? Because honestly, that's one of the best trade deadline pickups of this entire season. Rashid Shaheed has been great. Special teams, and the receiving game. He only had 1 catch today, 1 reception, 51 yards. He's been great. He's been great. And yes, he only had 1 catch today, but it was one of the biggest plays of the game, and he's been great in the special teams. You've seen it time in, time out, ever since he's been a Seattle Seahawk. He's a really dynamic player, and man, I wish he was a Buffalo Bill, and this dude is really, really good, and he adds a really nice layer to this offense. And man, he did what he needed to do today. Low production, but a lot of impact from him as a player in this game, so shout out to Shaheed. Really, really, really great stuff from him. Cooper Kupp, 4 for 36 in the touchdown against his former team. That has to feel good. Jake Bobo even had a touchdown today. 1 for 17. And the biggest difference in this game had to be the muff punt from the Rams, because a lot of momentum was heading in their way. It really was. And then muff punt on the punt return. That led to a Jake Bobo touchdown on the very next play for the Seahawks. So that was one of the biggest plays of the game, the Rams muff punt. And honestly, if the Rams did win, though, that play wouldn't have been even memorable because there was a huge call on Tariq Woolen for unsportsmanlike conduct for 15 yards. It was 20-31 Seahawks, and I predicted the Seahawks to blow out the Rams, and they were on the way to blowing out the Rams. It was 4th and 12. Rams were about to punt. They're up 11 points, and then Tariq Woolen starts showboating and talking shit to the Rams sideline. And honestly, in that spot, I'm usually like, man, you can't throw a flag there. But he was talking a lot of shit. And honestly, it was a good flag to throw because he was way up on that Rams sideline. But man, if the Rams somehow won this game, that would have been one of the worst penalties in playoff history. And honestly, just NFL history. Because it would have cost the freaking Seahawks the game. Instead, the Seahawks prevail and they hold on to beat the Rams. Let's talk about the Rams and the Seahawks defense, because Stafford looked great today. He had a broken tackle for a run today. He had 2 carries today for 16 yards, and one of them was a huge, huge play. He broke DeMarcus Lawrence's tackle and got a first down on a huge play that I thought was going to lead to this Rams taking the lead. Stafford today, 22 for 35, 374 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 10 yards a pass. He was arguably perfect today. Really perfect today. and he was playing a great defense. Only took one sack today. He played like an MVP today, and he's gonna win MVP in my opinion. Hopefully, it's not Drake May, because that would be another thing against my agenda and propaganda that would really hurt me. Blake Corum and overall the Rams rushing for today. 9 for 55, 6.1 yards a run. Kyron Williams 10 for 39, 3.9 yards a run. Stafford 2 for 16, 8 yards a carry. How crazy is that? And who the fuck would have predicted that? Overall, the Rams ran for 114 yards, 5.2 yards a carry. Puka Nacua. It was Puka Nacua versus JSN today. Just two of the most dominant receivers you will ever see. Puka Nacua, 9 for 165 yards, receiving 18.3 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, 4 for 89, 22.3 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. Colby Parkinson, 3 for 62. Blake Corum, 2 for 24. And Kyron Williams, 2 for 22 and a touchdown. And yeah, the Xavier Smith muff punt looms large here. Just does. It was the big game changer here, and obviously, without that, do the Seahawks score another touchdown? The touchdown they scored there is what really changed the game here. It really was. Because if you look at that second half, that was the major game changer. Because the Rams got off to a hot start, 3 and out, or something close to that, and then muff punt, and it goes to the Seahawks for a touchdown for Jake Bobo. So really great game. Seahawks defense, the big thing with that drive where Stafford breaks DeMarcus Lawrence's tackle, they're in the red zone. Seahawks get them to a 4th down. Rams obviously have to go for it, and everyone's locked up. Stafford has to throw into coverage, and it's not a catch. Great play by the defender on the Seahawks. And man, Seahawks defense, the best defense in the NFL, and the Patriots now, through this playoff runs, has to face 4 of the top 4 defenses in the NFL. The Chargers, Texans, Denver Broncos, and now the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Patriots offense, Drake May. Is Drake May going to look good? Is he going to break this cold streak he's been on? He played a mistake-free game against the Broncos, and now he has to play the hot defense in Seattle, and he has 2 weeks to prepare for it. Really interesting matchup. Obviously, I think the Seahawks are going to win, but if the Patriots win, I'm going to be sick to my stomach, fam. And Sam Darnold, a guy I've been doubting all of his career, especially as of late. Now I have to believe in you, and that's just contrary to what I do. So, hey, Seahawks beat the Rams 31-27. They move on to the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl matchup is Patriots versus Seahawks 2 weeks from now. And we get the Pro Bowl in between. Aren't you excited for that? Says nobody. Because who gives a shit about the Pro Bowl anymore? How are they still doing Pro Bowl or the Pro Bowl games? Just cancel the whole thing. And by the way, if you're using Pro Bowl selections to say how great a player is, I don't trust you as a football fan or a person of the media. So, 2 weeks from now, we get the Super Bowl. We get to watch Bad Bunny perform. And then we get to watch the second half of the Seahawks versus Patriots game. So, in that game, I'm actually curious what the line is going to be for that game. Real time. Guess the lines? Seahawks minus 4.5. I got it! Seahawks are minus 4.5. Minus 240. Wow. That is actually crazy. I just got that like that. That is crazy. And even the touchdown lines are out. Listen, I haven't been betting like that recently. I'm going to say this. A lot of money is going to be on the line in that game for me. Dude, I will be rooting for the Seahawks like it's the fucking Bills playing. Because if the Patriots beat the fucking Seahawks, I'm going to be very sick. I might even be suicidal. Who sang that song? Who knows at this point? So, very interesting stuff. And I do want to introduce this thing. So next week, I'm not a content creator who can afford to take a week off. So, I'm a big MMA guy. I'm a big UFC guy. And next week is another UFC numbered card, or in the past we call it a UFC pay-per-view card. Next week, we get Lopez versus Volkanovski, Saint Denis versus Hooker, and a couple other really great fights. So next weekend, I might be doing my first YouTube video breaking down a UFC card because I have a lot of space to fill that week, and I want to start doing and pumping those breakdowns and fight previews because I love the UFC. I love MMA. So, here's what I have in store post Super Bowl. It's going to be MMA/UFC fight previews and breakdowns, NFL draft preview, and a video about who the Bills hire as their head coach, and Bills offseason talk and trade talk. There's going to be a lot of offseason talk for the NFL, so I will be doing offseason and draft talk for the NFL. After that, or in between that, March Madness and college ball talk. We're going to get a lot of that, and I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to that. NBA/NBA playoff talk. There's going to be a lot of that. And then obviously there's going to be World Cup this year. So there's a lot for me to talk about this year and in between the NFL season. So get ready. Yes, the NFL season is going down. And yes, all the channel has been so far is NFL stuff. But I'm Matt Talks Sports. I'm not Matt Talks NFL. I talk about a plethora of other sports. I am locked in. I am zoomed in. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this channel. If you made this far in the video, leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe right here at Matt Talks Sports. Follow me ever at Matt Talks Sports, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter for more short form content. And I do film stuff. I have a film channel on YouTube at Matt Talks Films. Like, share, comment, subscribe there. And also follow me ever at Matt Talks Films, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter for more short form film stuff. So, it is your boy. That is my breakdown of the championship round of the NFL playoffs. Seahawks versus Patriots in Super Bowl. I have the Seahawks, and I have the Seahawks winning that game convincingly. If the Patriots win, I will be suicidal. Just kidding. That was figuratively. But nonetheless, it is your boy. Stay tuned for more stuff. This upcoming week will be UFC breakdown. Lopez versus Volkanovski. A plethora of other fights we'll talk about and get into. So, it's your boy Matt Talk Sports, and I will see you this upcoming week.